Hey there, Wolfpack. It's you, man, Wolf here. I know the last video was a discussion video, and I actually really enjoyed doing that, so I might do some more of those later on. But as for right now, I want to get back into doing the narrations. And unfortunately, as stated in my last video, the last video that I made for narrations was a text-to-speech video. And unfortunately, it didn't record the full intro that I had made for it. So this is a how do you say, upload, as well as a revision of the prologue to Doomed When Heroes Fall. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And oh yeah, before I forget, if you guys could please drop a like, I would really appreciate it. And if you guys are new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. Also, if you guys could share the video with anyone you would think, would like the story. I am trying to grow the channel and would really appreciate the help. Anyway, with all that out of the way, let's get on with Doomed When Heroes Fall.
1, 2, 3, come on!
It's been 15 years since the world fell into disarray. The world was a much different place back then. The world had many groups full of people who were working towards the betterment of society. People actually smiled when they talked, they laughed, and they loved. The world was a much brighter place, and the people were a shining example of that. But that all changed with the arrival of the Phantasm, a group of 4 prowess, humans who were born with special powers or abilities. They were all dressed in Kevlar, of different colors. The leader, or what was assumed to be the leader, stood dressed in black, while at his right was a woman in purple. To his left was another man dressed in blue, and the last was a woman in yellow. Appearing in a small coastal town known as Dungannon, to the north of the larger island continent of Breton, the Phantasm attacked during the town mayoral debate. When the 2 candidates were being asked questions, they were suddenly attacked. What could only be described as an extremely amplified whistle began sounding, getting louder and louder. The amplified sound became unbearable. A few moments later, no one on the stage was alive. The attack came from the woman in yellow. The man in blue and woman in purple exclaimed and celebrated, while the woman in yellow just smiled. Only the man in black did not celebrate. He let the others do that. He chose to sit back and take it all in, as if he drank in the carnage and death caused. It was odd that they willingly put themselves into that situation. The prowess normally tried to stay out of the public eye back then, most being too scared to be experimented on, but not that man. No, that man stood boldly among the cameras, walking just before the others as they approached. It was as if he was enjoying this, calmly, taking joy in the fear and panic.
Now, you've all heard the rumors. How people have been born with special powers or abilities.
Said the woman in purple as she stepped to the front of the group.
Well, they're all true.
Said the man in blue with a voice like gravel. He was standing beside the woman in purple as he spoke again.
And we are just a small group of them who call ourselves the Phantasm.
A crowd was slowly gathering around them. The leader lifted his hand as an orb of glowing energy formed within it. His body vibrated with the power of his prowess gathering in his hand.
This is my prowess. Its name? Ruin!
Yelling, the leader's voice distorted the air itself. The air rippled and vibrated like water from the energy building around him. Looking to the cameras and the crowd, the orb erupted in what could only be described as death itself. A wave of power rushed towards the cameras, only one of which was left unharmed. The female in yellow runs to grab the camera, smiling. The man in black, after using his power, dropped to his knees, chuckling as the man in blue helped him up. Walking forward, the camera swung in a slow, steady circle. What was shown was a level of destruction incomprehensible to every person watching around the world. The entire town, every last person, every building down to each and every brick, animals and all. It was all in, well, the only way to describe it was to say it was all in ruins. It was impossible for anyone to describe the sheer carnage that this single man caused to that town. As the camera swiveled back around to face the others, the man in black, still being carried by the one in blue, came back into view. And began to speak again.
With my power, I can choose what I bring to ruin. Man, this is only the beginning,
said the leader, then nodded to the man standing next to him. Shifting his weight, the man in blue passed his leader to the woman in purple, and lifted his left hand to his face. Suddenly it sparked with blue electricity. Walking forth, he touched the camera. Television screens around the world went black. Shock, fear, terror, panic, chaos. The entire world erupted. Other prowess began to show themselves. Some good, some not so much. The good ones came, and they tried to help. Unfortunately, the Phantasm, along with other groups, were growing. They grew as members came from all over. All around the world, groups with ill intent formed. Now, this isn't a bright and cheery story. Heroes didn't save this world. The prowess who chose to do evil outnumbered those who would try and do good. Town after town, city after city, the world, its heroes, the government, it all fell under the heel of the man who would come to be known as Ruin, the same as his prowess. 15 years have passed. A long time when it comes to power-hungry assholes determined to be number one. Backstabbing, turning on one another, each devilish, power-crazed maniac causing someone worse to come forth and fight to take the throne. Instead of heroes saving the world like in the comic books of the past, the heroes were taken down just as the world was. No, the comics of the past spoke of people who were truly good. People with the power to stand and save the day. The truth is, no one saved the day, or the world. Yes, heroes did rise, but in this place, this time, in this world, heroes rose, and heroes fell. Okay, Wolfpack, I hope you guys enjoyed the revised version of Dune When Heroes Fall. Please leave a comment if you guys have any ideas about the story. I am open to take suggestions for later installments, and any ideas that I use provided by the Wolfpack in these future installments will be credited to those who provided it. Well, stay safe, stay beautiful, Wolfpack,